Talking with the experts.
Hello and welcome to Talking with the Experts. My name's Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com. And Talking with the Expert is about all things business by business owners for business owners. And you can find it on all good podcasting streaming platforms and on YouTube. And today it is my pleasure to introduce you to Megan Brame. And Megan is going to discuss with us how to stop sucking at social media, which is a hot topic at the moment with most people I know online. So Megan is a 5 times award-winning advanced digital marketing strategist who helps entrepreneurs create ride or die customers for life. Well, there you go. And she wants to discuss with us how business owners can actually use social media as a sales funnel rather than a black hole that sucks time, money, and effort. So welcome, Megan, and thank you for joining me.
Oh, Rose, I am so thankful to be here. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. And it's going to be, I'm going to have lots of fun talking to you because social media at the moment and algorithms with Facebook and Instagram and, Facebook's bringing up so many changes to the groups platform, and they've made so many changes to business pages. It's just hard to keep up. So how can people stop sucking at social media with all of these changes to the platforms and to the algorithms?
That is an excellent way to lead into that, actually, because the algorithms are always going to change. They're always going to do what's best for Facebook rather than what's best for the users at the end of the day. So the way that I coach my clients to do this is to think instead about how it can be used as a strategic tool for conversations rather than for vanity posting, of just like, oh, I have to post every day, otherwise I'll get lost in the algorithms. Well, there's truth to that, but also it's more important to be posting the things that create conversations with your clients. And so when you are a small business owner who is dealing with which social media platform should I be on, or I've picked one, but how do I utilize it? The easiest way to understand how to make successful for you is to think about how your are your ideal clients on the platform, and two, how do they use the platform? So when I was a director of marketing, I was a director of marketing for a recruitment firm, and they wanted to go on Instagram because everyone's on Instagram. So let's be on Instagram. And I would get into fights, like go in your corner and think, like, take a couple deep breath fights.
Why would a recruiter want to be on Instagram?
Exactly. No one's on Instagram looking for jobs. They're on there looking at plants and beautiful houses and beautiful people, So that's the biggest thing I can give people is don't feel like you have to be everywhere. Be where your customers are and utilize the platform the way they utilize it.
Yeah, I agree. Marketers, even up to like a year ago, were saying you've got to post at least 2 times a day, and and you have to, do one sales post a week, and the rest has to be, conversations and joke telling, and just let them in a little bit into your life and all that sort of stuff. And before the pandemic, it was probably a good call, but these days people have been using social media to stay in touch more than they were before. So you can't do the salesy thing, once a week, or and posting twice a day sometimes is just ridiculously, because you've got other things to do. It's just
absolutely.
and I know you've got scheduling apps and all that sort of things, but it's not really quite the same, is it? Because you want to post something that's relevant at that particular moment. You don't want to something that you put on a scheduler a week ago might not be relevant when it gets to the
that's
queue.
An excellent point too. I think that there's a way to meet in the middle with that when it comes to scheduling apps and things, where if you can preload the content but then engage live, I think that there's a way to kind of meet in the middle with that. It kind of takes the anxiety off. But I agree. I think that the formula, for lack of a better phrase, people used to use just doesn't work anymore, because your customers have seen that through, every business that they follow. It's just it's just noise now. So to stand out, you have to be talking to them in a way that's actually going to pique their curiosity and make them want to see not only what your business is, but who you are. You know, the thing before of let people in a little bit in your life, I think especially in the pandemic, it became more prevalent that people bought from people and
Yeah.
not businesses. You know, Black Lives Matter and all of these things of like, what does your company stand for?
Mm.
What am I investing in? Even if I'm just investing in like a lip balm or something like that, why should I be sending my money to you as opposed to a company that does something that aligns with the values that I have as a consumer? And so I think that social media strategy has moved from just posting every day just to figure out something and get out to post to utilizing it as the platform to create a voice that draws people in to the values that you have as a business owner. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yep, I agree with that. I totally agree. It's just the old ways just don't work anymore. People have been in lockdown for so long,
Right.
and they don't want the same old boring stuff that was posted in and out and round in circles. And you're right, people buy from people. They don't buy from a business anymore. They buy from a person. And if you're not personable online, and they're just going to leave you, and they're just going to scroll past your posts, because what's the point? There'd be no fun in it.
Definitely, definitely. And especially that now people, especially the younger generations, millennials and Gen Zs, they're looking at social media to find your values. What does this business think about before I start investing in whatever products or services they have? Like, am I aligning with them in my values, or is this going to be something that makes me feel gross supporting later on? So it's become less of a vanity project to have a social media presence and more of a way to attract the right people. I mean, to be fair, that's always in marketing, right? Just make sure you're bringing the right people to you. But now it's become even more prevalent of make sure that you're able to um, mirror the values that your customers are looking for.
Mm. Yeah, they're looking for authenticity now, aren't they? They're just not looking
Absolutely.
this looks like a really great product or a really great service. I'll just put my 5 cents worth in and go and buy that. They don't. You're right. They're looking at the values that you're portraying from a personal point of view. So yeah, I think that's and it's a really good strategy to use in your social marketing. I mean, I know because I've noticed how LinkedIn has changed a lot since last year. People are actually getting on now. It used to be like really stuffy and boring. Yeah, but now people are actually posting, jokes and all sorts of other things in there, but keeping it business-like, I suppose, and friendly. But not like Facebook is. But you know what I mean. It's just not for the snobby people anymore. It's for everybody.
I agree. And to your point about authenticity, I think that it's especially important now that businesses are authentic about what they are standing for and how they're using social media. A perfect example of this is Pride. June is National Pride Month in the United States, I believe across worldwide. And companies are getting called out for what they're calling rainbow washing of just, posting rainbow things or changing their logos to have rainbows. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, they're supporting candidates that have anti-LGBTQIA, platforms. And so I think that being authentic now is especially important because so many customers are looking through marketing messages with a critical eye of saying like, I want you to put your money where your mouth is, or I want you, if you're going to say that you support Pride or you support Black Lives Matter or you support women equality, things like that, then you have to show me that. You can't just put up a Black Lives Matter picture or something like that, you have to follow through on that.
Yeah.
And I think that
I
that's
agree.
especially cool right now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know that it might stress entrepreneurs out. I think it's incredibly, I just think it's cool because it's now you're able to have more conversations about things that matter in, it's not just a vanity project anymore. You know what I mean? It's more of
yeah,
yeah, like we can have these conversations and I can show you how you see the chain of where your money's going in these businesses
yeah,
now. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I agree. I think it's really true. People don't, they can see through the BS that that you're spouting, and if you're not
Right.
actually speaking the truth, consumers are going to see through that now. They're so aware that you're just lying or covering up stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, don't bother. Don't If you can't be truthful, don't bother. That's what I reckon.
I think that's perfect. That is such a perfect way to put it. It's so just don't force yourself into this thing that you can't back up. And again, that goes back to social media posting. Don't try and just post things for the sake of posting. Post things that are relevant to your customers that are also true.
Yeah, yep, totally. I've seen people, in my even in my circle of acquaintances, posting stuff the same way that they did it 2-3 years ago, and it's just, I just scroll past it now. I just think, well,
Yeah,
and
me too.
they're still worried that they can't get 600 people in their Facebook group, or
Right.
10,000 people to like their Facebook page. Well, big whoop-de-doo. It's not the quantity, it's the quality that people are looking for now. They're not looking for quantity. They don't give a shit.
Especially the algorithms don't give a shit, because if you're getting these 10,000 people to follow your page, how many of them are actually seeing the content that you're creating? Like,
Yep.
you don't want these 10,000 people that aren't paying attention. You want those 60 people that are super into what you have to say.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've got 250 people on my business page, and, the engagement on there is hopeless. And even though I post, stuff, but, I don't get too stressed out about it, because it's the ones that are looking and commenting or engaging in the posts. They're the ones that matter, so even if they don't buy from me, at least they're interested in the stuff that I'm writing on it. So
Absolutely. And I think that, again, consumers are so aware of being able to buy fake viewers, fake followers, fake things like that. So I think that more and more they're becoming critical of like looking at posts. What are people actually engaging with this? Or if you have these 10,000 people, are you only getting 6 likes? Like, and like, just going back to authenticity, it's just so important to just be where you are in this space and utilize that to your advantage. Don't feel like you have to have these vanity numbers, because they're going to work against you in the end.
I'm a admin for a page, and they have over 4 million interactions.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
huge, absolutely huge. And my God, it's just snowballed. It's only been going 2 years, and it's just absolutely snowballed. And the lady who started it, she just can't believe the engagement that's getting on there. No one's allowed to post anything except for the admins, but the amount of engagement and shares and everything they get, it's just phenomenal. 4 million in this is one post. It's like,
Can I ask what kind of industry is it?
it's not even an industry. It's just a page about survivors of domestic violence.
Oh, wow. And what a heavy subject. Wow.
Yeah, but a lot of the other stuff, most of the stuff that's posted by the admins is educational, I guess, more to the point. But, it's absolutely just phenomenal. I can't believe it. It's just got so much engagement to it. But then, domestic violence is so rife, and it's worse since the pandemic.
Right.
So people have been locked down. But anyway, we won't go there.
Well, and I think that's just a perfect example of something that is not inherently social. being utilized in such a way that is successful, because even if it's just educational posts, that's what those followers are looking for. They're looking for education, and you can see that based on all of the reactions. So they should be like teaching classes. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, yes. Yeah, well, I've just started a live stream, a weekly live stream, so that's going to try and educate them in a open live forum. So yeah, going to try that for a bit and see how we go. But I think I've only done 8 episodes, so it's starting to get a following, which is great. So anyway,
lovely.
You have a podcast, I see. Stop Sucking at Business. Tell me about your podcast.
Stop Sucking at Business caters to millennial entrepreneurs who I say are kitchen table going to full time. So they have had some success in their business and they're ready to take that leap, but they don't have a traditional business background. And so they don't really know what it is they're supposed to do, which I was in the exact same position. So those are my people. And so Stop Sucking at Business goes through all the different things like marketing, social media, systems, banking, finance. I bring on people much, much smarter than I am to handle these kind of questions and help people stop sucking at business. Truth is in the name.
Good stuff. And does it stream weekly or fortnightly or monthly or?
We stream 3 episodes a week. One is a rerun just from the archives of favorites. Another is a audio version of a blog post, and then every Thursday is a live episode.
Oh, cool. And which streaming platforms?
It is everywhere that I can possibly put it. You can find it on Apple Podcast, Spotify,
well done.
Stitcher, wherever it is. Exactly. Wherever I will come to you, wherever you want to hear it, you can find it. I promise.
Well done. Well done. Well done. And what can people find on your website?
Oh, my website is my hub of just all of the crazy thoughts that are in Megan's head, all of the marketing strategies, the things that I've done for clients, the help that I love to give people. I started as an entrepreneur, and so I know what that journey is like. And if you go to meganbrame.com, it has my blog full of resources, my podcast, access to all of my videos, the whole shebang.
Cool. Right. Well, I have to go there and see if I can find some freebies. I like freebies.
Absolutely.
Really.
We have
very cool. I like
I have this great one that I just released. It's a marketing audit spreadsheet. It's totally free, and it just helps you keep your focus every quarter on what your marketing goals are going to be. And you can download it right on the website.
Yay. Do you hear that, people? There is a marketing audit spreadsheet. And you know how much most of us really hate marketing. I mean, I hate it with a passion. Maybe the spreadsheet, I might go and grab that spreadsheet. You never know about these things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What else do you have? I don't suppose you've written a book yet.
That was the perfect lead-in. Yes, I have written a book. My book is called Day One, Practical Guide to Launching Your First Business. And I wrote it with the people in mind who always say, like, one day I would love to do this. Oh, one day it would be so cool if I was a business owner. And I don't want the one day, I want day one. And so we switch that around. We talk about mindset, but it's all about actionable stuff. It's not a long book because I didn't want to get it, all fluffy or philosophical. I wanted just actual, tangible things that people can do to start their first business.
Perfect.
And you can get it at dayonethebook.com.
Okay, where was that again? Because you broke up.
Oh, sure. At dayonethebook.com.
Oh, right. Good. Dayonethebook.com. Right. Good place. Good name for a website. So what wise words have you got for us?
Don't feel like you have to do it all. Do the thing that gets you one step forward tomorrow, and then work from there.
Yep. It's one step at a time, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, being in business is not an easy journey, and especially when you're starting out, it's just one step at a time. Stop trying to jump puddles or canyons.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
just doesn't work. It doesn't work. You'll fall and hurt yourself, break your neck or your leg or something.
Or your brain. That
Or
too.
your brain. Yeah, you'll probably fry it.
Absolutely.
All right, Megan, thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed our conversation. I had a good laugh, and that's the main thing. Can't be boring and boring all the time.
It was my complete pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Talk soon.
Talking with the experts.